Hello everyone, and welcome to my DOOL Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Days of Our Lives spoilers for the week of November 27 December 1 indicate that Nicole Walker DeMiro will instantly bond with Eric Brady's adoptive child and will remember him from the night she gave birth. "This is my little one. This is my boy here." In the weekly teaser video for Days, Nicole shouts at Eric. Eric will automatically think that Nicole is losing her mind because of all the sadness she is experiencing. Eric will have difficulties, but he will soon have support from EJ DeMiro. EJ will try to talk his wife out of the notion after he meets Eric and Nicole outside the bar. Nicole will undoubtedly want to go home and give herself some space, but EJ will not give in. Days teasers state Nicole will maintain that she saw her baby's face and that she would have known it from anywhere. Since Nicole will know in her heart that this is her son, there will be no changing her mind. In the weekly promo for DOOL, Nicole is also seen at the DeMiro home later, pressing Sloan Peterson Brady for clarification. "How did you acquire him? I must be informed." In the sneak peek, Nicole yells at Sloan while EG tries to pull her away. Sloan will have to put up with this baby fight and act as though she wasn't involved in Melinda Trask's scheme to stage Nicole's newborn's death. Although Sloan will seem to be innocent and show sympathy for Nicole throughout her grief, this is actually Nicole's kid that has been taken. Leo Stark will have to deal with EJ's angry anger. Leo will appear upset since he never intended for something like this to occur, and EJ will warn that Nicole will grieve and suffer for the rest of her life. Returning to Eric, he will provide information on Nicole's situation outside the pub with Marlena Evans and open up to her. Nicole is in such agony after losing her baby, and Eric will have nothing but compassion for her. Marlena will bring up the fact that Eric is already in love with him after he confesses that he couldn't imagine losing his adopted son at this time. The interesting element here, of course, is that Eric is communicating with his own biological child. Eric will undoubtedly be shocked to learn that information later on. Days' weekly preview video features a significant appearance from Dimitri von Lischner as well, as he confronts Sloan for stealing the baby for herself and issues a warning. Sloan might pledge to clear Leo's name so that Dimitri and him can live happily ever after, even if Dimitri will still threaten to sing like a canary. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Sloan will be under a lot of strain, but she will eventually run into another issue when Nicole demands a DNA test, which Eric will comply with in the hopes that it would resolve the matter. It appears that Dr. Pierce will need to have Nicole receive a fake DNA report in place of the test results. Steve Johnson and John Black will discover additional inconsistencies in Konstantin Melianis' account, according to spoilers for Days of Our Lives. John and Steve will speak with other Greek residents throughout their journey, and they will present a very different view of Konstantin and Victor Kyriakis' relationship. According to Konstantin, Victor was such a good buddy that he allegedly forgave Konstantin for the loan he provided him all those years ago. According to previews for Days, Victor expected full payback for the money he gave Konstantin to open his restaurant. Thus, John and Steve will discover that none of that is true. John and Steve will be highly concerned about this revelation over the week of November 27 December 1, as it comes out Victor genuinely thought of Konstantin as his enemy. According to teasers for Days, Steve will brief Kayla Johnson on his discoveries back in Salem and stress that Maggie Kyriakis must know the truth. Since Steve won't think he has enough proof, Kayla will first take his worries to Sarah Horton. Sarah will point out that, despite her initial worries, Konstantin saved Victoria Horton after she was abducted. At that time, Steve will come to the conclusion that perhaps Konstantin staged the baby snatching in order for him to pull out a valiant rescue and win Maggie over. According to spoilers for Days, Steve will present a strong argument for why Konstantin might have orchestrated the entire event, but Sarah and Kayla aren't going to see Konstantin as a dangerous foe. Though Steve will feel compelled to approach Konstantin and issue an ultimatum. Kayla and Sarah will think he should just let Maggie enjoy her newfound happiness. According to DOOL spoilers, if Konstantin doesn't leave Salem right away, Steve will expose him to Maggie and call him out on all of his falsehoods. Instead, Konstantin will take a riskier tack and come clean to Maggie about a significant confession. Perhaps Konstantin will make it seem as though he was constantly sorry that he couldn't repay Victor. As a way to make up for everything, Konstantin can say he hates that he was unable to make amends with Victor and pretend to be attempting to help Maggie. Steve will accuse Konstantin of planning Victoria's kidnapping. But Konstantin will have a fascinating response. Steve and John won't let this go despite Konstantin's apparent lack of willingness to accept responsibility for the kidnapping situation. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, John and Steve will continue their investigation. Tune in for more surprises and startling information. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Clyde Weston has selected Stefan Dimera to assist her in running his drug organization, which means Ava Vitali has a new business partner. Although Ava is aware that Stefan and she both face threats to their loved ones, she doesn't quite trust him. That gives Stefan and Ava an automatic excuse to get along while they collaborate on their day's plot. Fans of DOOL will naturally remember that Ava had a thing for Jake Dimera when he was still alive. When Stefan showed up and gave Ava an explanation of this new collaboration, he made reference to that. It makes reasonable that Days would experiment with pairings like Ava and Stefan after that. Despite Ava's feelings for Harris Michaels, their connection is hampered by the fact that she is a covert criminal and he is a detective. According to previews for Days, Harris will be in serious danger soon, so when he is shot and ends up in the hospital, Ava will freak out. It's possible that Harris enters a coma and his medical professionals are unsure if he will survive. That would be the ideal opportunity for Ava to give in to a little coziness in Stefan's bed. In the same way, Stefan might require some solace of his own because he'll be feeling incredibly lost and alone without Gabby Dimera. Will Stefan use Ava to cheat on Gabby? Could Gabby somehow learn of that information and use it as the last straw to end the stabby marriage? In any case, Ava might feel that she is too responsible for Harris' wounds and that she will only make matters worse for him. That might cause Ava to become less attracted to Harris' heroic persona and more captivated to a bad boy like Stefan. In any event, now that they are compelled to work together, Stefan and Ava will be spending a lot more time together. Stay tuned for updates on Ava and Stefan's developing relationship, as that could result in some hot and steamy exchanges. According to spoilers for Days of Our Lives, Stefan might betray Gabby in the worst way imaginable, which would pave the way for his unavoidable divorce. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.